Over 60% of engine wear doesn't happen on the freeway. It doesn't happen on long road trips or during hard acceleration. It happens right there in your driveway, in the first few seconds after you turn the key. What you do in that initial 30-second window could be the difference between an engine that lasts 100,000 miles and one that pushes past 500,000. And the unsettling truth, most drivers are quietly damaging their engines every single morning without ever realizing. Today, we're walking through the 11 most common startup mistakes that silently wear your engine down and the simple habit shifts that can save you thousands in repairs. If you want to keep your car running like new, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps this reach more people who need it. Now, let's get into it. Mistake 11, revving cold. There's something almost instinctive about it. You start the car, you rev the engine. It feels powerful. It feels good. But here's what's actually happening inside that engine. The oil is still cold. It hasn't fully circulated yet, and metal parts are running on minimal lubrication. The moment you rev under those conditions, you're creating maximum friction at the single worst moment possible. Do this repeatedly, and you're looking at cylinder wall damage, bearing wear, and a significantly shorter engine life. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Just let the engine idle for 20 to 30 seconds before you drive off. That's it, especially in winter. It's one of those habits that feels like nothing but compounds into something serious over time. Mistake 10, ignoring the dashboard. When you start your car, every warning light on the dashboard flickers on for a moment. Most drivers glance away or don't look at all. That moment is actually your car running a self-diagnostic. If a light goes out, great, everything's fine. But if the oil pressure light stays on, or the battery warning, or the check engine light, that's not a suggestion. That's your engine asking for help. Driving with low oil pressure, for example, can destroy an engine in a matter of minutes, not days, minutes. Make it a habit to glance at your dash every single time you start the car. It takes 1 second and can save you thousands. Mistake 8, holding the key too long. You've probably heard it, that brief grinding sound when you hold the ignition key a second too long after the engine fired. That sound is damage happening in real time. What you're doing is forcing the starter motor to engage against the flywheel when it's already spinning. The teeth grind against each other. Do it often enough, and you'll be replacing a starter motor far sooner than you should. The correct motion is turn and release. The instant the engine catches, let go. It's a small habit adjustment with real mechanical consequences. Mistake 7, pressing the gas while starting. This one comes from old school driving wisdom. On carbureted engines, a little throttle before startup actually helped prime the fuel system. Modern engines, completely different story. Today's cars are managed by an ECU, an onboard computer that handles the entire fuel and ignition process automatically. When you press the gas during startup, you're overriding that system, flooding the cylinders with excess fuel and washing away the thin oil film that protects your cylinder walls. The right move is to keep your foot completely off the gas and let the ECU do its job. It knows what it's doing. Mistake 6, living on short trips. A quick drive to the corner store, 5-minute school run, a half-mile commute. Short trips feel harmless enough. But here's the problem. Your engine never fully reaches operating temperature on a short drive. And when that happens repeatedly, sludge starts forming inside your engine, and your oil becomes contaminated far faster than normal. Cumulative effect is an engine that ages prematurely. The solution is to occasionally take your car out for a longer 20 to 30-minute drive, and where possible, combine your short errands into a single trip. Your engine needs that time to breathe. Mistake 5, repeatedly cranking a dead engine. The car won't start, so you try again, then again, then again. Every crank without ignition dumps more raw fuel into the cylinder, washes oil off the cylinder walls, and overheats the starter motor. What might have been a simple fix, a weak battery, a fuel issue, can turn into a flooded engine and a fried starter. A good rule of thumb, if the engine hasn't started after 3 attempts, stop, wait a couple of minutes, then try again. Panic cranking almost always makes things worse. Mistake 4, starting with the wheels turned. This one surprises most people. When your steering wheel is cranked hard to one side, the power steering system is under maximum load. Start the engine in that position, and you're asking your power steering pump to deal with that stress right when the engine is at its weakest. Over time, this wears down your battery faster, stresses the alternator, and leads to rough starts. Rough starts mean more engine wear, and it all traces back to one simple fix: Turn everything off before you turn the key.
Mistake 3. Running old or wrong viscosity oil.
Oil is the single most critical variable in engine health, and it's also the most commonly overlooked. As oil ages, it loses viscosity. It gets dark, contaminated, and loses its ability to create a proper protective film between moving metal parts. Every startup on degraded oil is metal grinding against metal at a microscopic level. Use the viscosity your manufacturer specifies. Change it on schedule. Don't treat it as optional. No other maintenance item has more direct impact on engine lifespan. Mistake 2. Starting in gear for manual drivers. If you drive a manual, this one matters. Starting the car while in gear, even accidentally, can cause the car to lurch forward without warning. Beyond the obvious safety risk, it stresses the starter, strains the clutch, and puts unnecessary load on the drivetrain at the worst possible time. Always press the clutch fully to the floor before starting. Make sure you're in neutral. It takes 1 extra second, and it protects a transmission that costs several $1,000s to replace. Mistake 1. Starting with a weak battery. A battery that's struggling doesn't just make startup harder, it quietly damages your entire engine system. Slow, labored cranking means poor combustion on startup, which means unburned fuel builds up in the cylinders. The spark plugs foul faster, the starter works harder, carbon deposits accumulate over time. The biggest mistake people make is waiting until the battery completely fails before replacing it. By then, the damage to surrounding components has already been done. If your car is cranking slowly or your battery is 3 or 4 years old, get it tested. Replace it proactively. Here's the real takeaway from all of this. Engines don't typically fail because of one catastrophic mistake. They fail because of small habits, repeated every single day for years. The good news is that every single habit on this list is easy to fix. Most of them take less than 30 seconds. Fix them now, and you add real years to your engine life, keep thousands of dollars in your pocket. Drop a comment below. Which mistake surprised you the most? And if this helped you, a like and subscribe keeps this channel going and helps more people avoid these exact mistakes. See you in the next one.